A very warm welcome to my viewers. I am Dr. Sharad Kumar. I am a Dean at Durga Devi Saraf Institute of Management, Mumbai. My area of specialization are OB and Human Resource Management, including Performance Appraisal System, Information Systems and Information Technology, External Sector, and in this QT in HRM. So, human resource development is one of the major key drivers of today's organizations and corporates. Today, I will be talking on performance appraisal system. Now, we understand that performance is something which is a driving factor for organizational success. Today, my agenda will include different nomenclature with their significance, because the performance appraisal is known by different names by different organizations. Why we need performance appraisal? What is the concept and the scope of performance appraisal? Objective and purpose of performance appraisal? What are the different types of performance appraisal we are using? What are the characteristics of a good performance appraisal system? What are the issues in performance appraisal? And what are the common evaluation errors and biases in the performance appraisal system? Many organizations are giving different names to the performance appraisal, like performance review, performance evaluation, performance assessment, performance measurement, employee evaluation, staff assessment, service rating, and earlier, particularly in government organizations, it was known as an annual confidential report, because this was done in a very secret manner, and there was no inclusion of the development of employees in that performance appraisal. Why we need performance appraisal system? As we all know that performance appraisal is an important constituent of performance management. Whatever we are doing in this performance management, normally what we do in performance management, we plan the performance, we monitor the performance, we evaluate the performance, and then we ultimately review the performance. So, performance appraisal is a part of the performance evaluation. The need arises because every individual is different in mental, temperamental and physiological abilities which affect their performance. Every individual is very unique, definitely have some very strong strength, and how to take the advantage of those strengths in achieving the organizational performance. Performance appraisal of employees is an organizational necessity. Without appraising performance, organization cannot survive, or they cannot manage to plan their performance. There is a saying that if you cannot evaluate, or if you cannot measure, you cannot manage. So, it is a measurement process of the performance of the employees. Performance appraisal concept and scope: it is the process of measuring an employee's performance quantitatively and qualitatively against the background of performance criteria with reference to his role. What role has been given, what are the criteria of measurement of his performance, against that backdrop the performance of the employee is measured. The degree to which an employee accomplishes his job requirements, because every job has a certain requirement with certain standards. So, it measures to what extent the employee is able to measure, able to accomplish those jobs very efficiently and effectively. So, it is a taking care of both quantitative as well as qualitative achievement of the performance. It also provides useful information for making and enforcing decisions regarding various HR aspects, whether it is required for pay increasement, whether it is required for placement, whether it is required for identifying the training needs, and so on and so forth. Therefore, performance appraisal system is a systematic method of obtaining, analyzing and recording the information pertaining to the performance of employees. It is a process through which an employee's behavior and accomplishments for a fixed period are measured and evaluated. Normally and generally it is for a year's time, but now organizations are becoming very dynamic. They cannot wait to evaluate someone's performance for 1 year. So, some of the modern and progressive organizations have introduced their performance appraisal system on a half yearly basis, and some have gone for the even quarterly basis. It is also a system of review and evaluation of individuals or teams performance. Sometimes your performance, it is difficult to evaluate your performance individually, because your performance is a one component of the your entire team's performance. So, that is a team performance is also sometimes measured. Now, performance appraisal mainly involves the identification what jobs are required to be accomplished, measurement how it is being done, and also the management of human performance in an organization. It is an integrated process involving objective evaluation of employees. So, it is not done in a isolation. We have to see what are the organizational objectives, what are the organizational goals, what is the organization's strategy, what are the organization's vision and mission. It is in line with the organizational, therefore, it is in line with the organizational objectives and strategy. Performance appraisal is an integrated process involving objective evaluation of employees, competencies, contributions, improvement opportunities, potentials for future growth. These are the some very important objectives of performance appraisal. Performance appraisal should serve both individual development and management objectives, such as the employees. It should help the job holder, that is the employee, to improve his performance and plan his self development. It should help the organization to get the feedback of the performance of its employees for improving organizational effectiveness. It should also help to timely identify poor performance and take appropriate measures to improve their performance. There are certain objectives which are being achieved through the performance appraisal system, which are mainly used by the organizations to take some HR related decision. These are like determining the salary increase based on the, because you have to differentiate between a good performer and a not that good performer. So, it should work as a motivator and some sort of a incentive for the good performers. So, it should be used for determining the salary increase. It should also help in planning the career of the employee. Everyone wants to grow in the organization, and so it will give some account of the strength and limitations of employee, and if we can match the employee's strength with that of the future opportunities through the career planning process, it will definitely help both organization as well as the employee. It also helps in placements where putting a right person to the right job, and it should also serve the purpose of giving a proper feedback and the counseling to the employees for their better performance. It is also used for making promotion decision, like enlarging the someone's role and enhancing someone's role, giving some higher responsibilities, and also giving him some opportunity to go up in the ladder. It also provides employee training, so that what are the areas of his improvement where he needs, where is a gap of his performance and what was the expected. So, it can help, and also it can make some termination decisions for those employees who are not performing. So, many organizations are using this as a tool for getting rid of the non-performers. This is also used for lot of personal research. For example, if you make some interventions in your systems, HR systems, or if you are trying to do something new and you try to see what is the impact of that on the performance of the employee. So, a lot of research is also being done by using the performance appraisal data. There are different types of performance appraisal systems. A very simple rudimentary system is an unstructured essay type, open ended. The appraiser can write anything and everything on a piece of paper without any structured format. It is also known as a open ended system. There is also a ranking method where man to man comparison is done, but this is possible when the number of employees are very limited, little. We are trying to rank those employees against each other. And the third is a grading method, which is a some sort of a giving a broad grading, that these are the employees who fall into A category, these are the employees who fall into B category, these are the employees C category, and so on and so forth. There are also numerical scores or graphic scores, where you give a very exact number out of 100 where it stands, what is this score, and so it is a more fine tuned method where it is a that you are evaluating a person in terms of a numerical level where he stands. The checklist method is a some sort of attributes or some sort of a expectations are displayed, and we try to check whether this person is possessing that or does not possess, or whether this person has achieved that or it has not achieved. So, it is like this checking a list. Management objective is also a very popular, but at the same time a very controversial system, where we feel that we are only observing the outcome without seeing what are the behavioral aspect of a person. So, initially we put certain expectations, it is decided, the objectives are decided by the superior and the employee, like a manager and employee, and these are monitored, and based on their outcome, based on the achievement, the employee is ranked or he is appraised. It generally does not take his competencies caliber, and assumption is that if someone is a competent only, then only he will be able to achieve. There is a behavioral anchored rating scale, that is known as a BARS, which is a purely and more focusedly try to assess a behavioral aspect, critical behavioral incidences and aspects of a employee, what he has displayed. It is assuming that if a person's behavior or actions are effective, the outcome will be definitely effective. 360-degree appraisal system, which is a very multidimensional system, that it is not employee is not evaluated by a single boss, he is evaluated by all stakeholders, whether he is juniors, whether his employee his colleagues or senior, or sometimes by the customers also. So, whosoever is affected by his or her performance, everyone evaluates his performance. There is a lot of resistance by the managers or the senior people, because they do not want to be evaluated by their juniors. So, that is the reason why this is not as popular as it should be. Assessment center is a method which assesses a person in a very totality, all his competences. One advantage of assessment center is that it not assesses the performance, it assesses the potential, what are his the competencies and what are the person's potential. It helps for the placing a right person for the right job. There are so many tools are used, multiple assessors are there, multiple tools are being used, and because of that the bias is minimized, and this is considered to be a very effective the assessment of the potential. Only drawback why this has not become very popular is that it is very time consuming, and it is also very costly, and very trained assessors are not available, and that is easy. And another thing is it can be a supplement to the performance appraisal. It is not assessing the performance, it is mainly assessing individuals potentials, competencies, abilities, and where his strength lies and where his limitations lies. So this is now balance scorecard is another method which is generally used in industry for different purposes. In the context of performance appraisal, it is used in such a way that we are trying to see what employees action or decisions has affected financially to the organization, how it has affected the customer's satisfaction, how it is affected his own training and development, and so on and so forth. So this is also some very indirect method of assessing someone's performance and his achievement. Thank you very much for viewing my video. Wish you all the best. Thank you.